Here we are.
Street or gym?
She had that sign made for me. For us. So, podcast number 2. Last one with Richard. On a Saturday afternoon. We were pretty tuned up. So, sometimes we do that on Saturday, but not all the time. It's going to be about fitness and life. And Erica, my wife, she's like, yeah, I'll do it. What are we going to talk about? I managed to get her out here and not tell her what we're going to talk about at all.
Out of my comfort zone.
So, I did send her a text today, though, like, I'm pretty happy with life. And I try to take that approach every day. We have 6 kids between us. I say between us is blended family. We're the Brady Bunch. 6 kids between, how old's Sarah now?
11.
Almost 12 and almost 22.
Right.
So, they're wonderful kids. We love them all. I probably learned more from my kids, our kids, than I have from just about anything else in life, except for the fact that I've been here for 50 freaking years. And you learn stuff as you go on, unless you're a total moron. But they drive you crazy sometimes too. Every single one of them.
Very true.
I had people over years tell me, you need to train people. I was probably the most impatient son of a bitch for the first 49 years of my life. At least 45 years of my life. And now I got a couple guys from work, like we talked about a little bit in the first podcast, that are coming over and working out. Young guy, athlete in high school, kicking butt. But Tony came again today. I need to talk to him about, can I take some pictures or some videos? 53 years old, he's never done anything. In 3 weeks now, he went from benching the bar to benching 95 pounds to doing 9 plates on the plate-loaded sled. And he's told me in the last 3 or 4 times he's been over, I can see where this could be addicting. And I just kind of smile when he says it, but down inside I'm like, it is. It's like, it's my drug. Like, it's what I do.
He's catching the bug.
Well, and I don't, like my friend Richard, the big dude that was here, he runs and he loves it. Go do it. Like, I've
Whatever's your
become,
thing.
yeah, I'm a proponent of, get out and move your body. I like lifting weights. And I like, if I'm going to do cardio, I don't like to run. We walk almost every day if the weather's good. Somebody tried to talk me out of it today.
It's a bit windy.
But we did it.
And chilly.
The rower that's inside, it's a bitch, but that's what I like. Like, let me do my cardio in 15 or 20 minutes, work my ass off, as opposed to, I don't want to go run 10 miles. Like, nope, not my thing. But, it's not my thing, but I can appreciate you know what, a year or so ago, my buddy Scott said, kept harping on me, y'all need to come and do CrossFit. And we went and did CrossFit. I tell you what, I came home that day and sat on the couch for a couple hours. Took a nap.
Kicked our butt.
Kicked my ass. I'm not a cardio person, and there's a lot of cardio involved there, but I'm a proud son of a bitch, so did I quit? No, and she was even more like, she hates burpees. We did a shit ton of burpees that day. Scott,
it was awful, but it was good.
She was not happy, but she was like, I did it. And I'm watching her going, she's not going to be happy later. But it was a good experience. Like, I would do that again.
I did burpees this morning.
because you're crazy. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to go back to, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago when we met. Both divorced, doing through our thing. And it's funny, my roommate at the time, he's like, when I started to get back in the dating game, he's like, what are you looking for? I'm like, well, she's got to like motorcycles, craft beer, and working out. I said, not necessarily in that order. But, so anyhow, she's a speech therapist. I almost died on a motorcycle. Was in another crazy accident. Still had my bike. I don't have a motorcycle. I've had a motorcycle since I was a little kid until shortly after I met her. I must have liked her because my motorcycle was always my mistress.
I've had too many patients that have been on motorcycles.
Now she'll catch me looking. I still look.
And I love him, so I want to keep him around.
If she lets me look, she probably wouldn't kill me if I brought one home, but she probably wouldn't like it. But she was like, I do hot yoga. And I was like, all right, I still haven't done yoga. I'm kind of macho, but I think at some point maybe I should try it. But I remember she's doing her hot yoga and I'm working out at home. She's like, one day she says to me, she's like, I think I want to work out with you. And I mean, I've had a lot of people that want to work out with me. Not a lot, but quite a few. And most of them don't last. Well, especially in the past, I didn't take the same approach as I'm taking now. I want to help people. I was always like, I'm doing this for me. If you want to come do it, great. But if you've never done this before and you're, I don't care if you're 28, 38, 48, like I've been doing this since I was 13 years old every day. So anyhow, she told me that. And I kind of, in the back of my mind, I rolled my eyes. I'm like, this is going to last a week or two.
Because I have not lifted weights since I was 13. Not since I was probably 16 and I was in tennis in high school. But not since then.
Like some conditioning for tennis in high school, like
That's
in a
it.
small town high school.
That's it.
I mean, I went to, she said small town. I went to super small town. I just kind of learned a lot of what I do over the years through, well, the magazines, the old bodybuilding stuff, and then going to gyms and working out with people. But anyhow, I'm like, this will last 2 weeks. Well, here we are 6+ years later, and she's still out here every day doing it. So, and Tony, the guy from work, the 53-year-old who's never done anything before until these past 3 weeks, has told me 3 or 4 times, I can see where this is addicting. I said that. And I'm like, it is. It's my drug. And it's really my drug of choice. I mean, it's, like I said a week ago, it can make good things better. It can make a bad thing go away. Is it perfect? No. But what is? So anyhow, today we did back and biceps and we went on a walk. Tomorrow's leg day. My big thing right now is I'm kind of on a 3-day split. We do chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs and shoulders. Then we start over. Sunday's a day off, but right, you can't see the,
It's not
well,
usually a day off.
the board back there. It's usually my deadlift day by choice if I'm feeling good, and then what I do is I throw in like, oh, my shoulder workout sucked 2 days ago, so I'm gonna do that. Or like I tore my tricep tendon off my arm a year and a half ago, and it's much better, but it's like that's always lagging. So now I'm like, I need to do some triceps on Sunday. Or if you watch any bodybuilding things or you see any memes or whatever, like people are like, what's your rest day? Well, what's your rest muscle? Do you have one of those? So we go on vacation. She'd be like, hey, I found this place. I'm like, was there a gym? Or is there somewhere where I can do pull-ups along with my push-ups?
And that was on our honeymoon when I wasn't used to working out. So I did a little bit then, but now when we look for places, I'm like, oh, this place has a gym. And so.
It's a good escape. And
Because
not an escape from her.
No.
It's a good escape from, oh, we're on vacation and we sat at the pool and we had drinks, or we went on this excursion, or we did whatever, but like or we went to all these restaurants, we all this awesome food, but I feel like a fat fuck. So I can go and work out and at least be even. So.
Or if we're taking the kids don't wake up till 10. We're going to want to go and do a walk or maybe work out before they get up.
Yeah, teenage kids, so. They don't like to get up. So we take advantage of that because we're early risers. And we'll go for the walk. Maybe we'll leave a note. If you're up before us, don't worry, we'll be back.
Right.
I think the big thing here is I want to help y'all. I want to inspire you. Go do something. Google 2-mile walk a day. It's probably one of the best things you can do. And if you're in a wheelchair, Google 2-mile wheelchair thing a day. Like, move your body. The only reason I say shit like that, I probably sound like a dumbass, but I don't want to discriminate. If you have the ability to go do something, go do it. I said this last week, I'm probably going to say it every week. It's good for your body, it's good for your mind, it's good for your soul. At least it can be. That's how I look at it.
No, that's how our patients at the rehab center do it. If they can't walk, then they wheel. And you use your legs and your arms. Just whatever it takes.
Get your heart going.
I'm obviously not a PT, I'm a speech therapist. But that's part of what we see every day too, is working that. So you want to work your body, and then I always tell my patients you got to work your brain too. So it's a muscle. So do everything.
And getting blood flow to your brain can be relatively important.
30 minutes of cardio every day is good for our brain. That's what we tell all of our patients, especially
if you lift weights faster, it's kind of like cardio.
I know.
Kind of. I like to do it that way.
Yeah.
I'm doing the rower at least 3, if not 4 times a week, and
so
we walk almost every day. Leg day, I don't do the rower. If you do enough legs, you're freaking spent. Tomorrow's leg day. Maybe I'm really not good at this camera thing. I don't know you're not. You were reluctant about doing this. Maybe we'll do some video tomorrow of old man leg day. And why I say that is, it used to be, I gotta squat 400 pounds, 500. You know what? Some days I go in here now and the knee aches or whatever, and it's like, I'm gonna do 135 pounds for 7 reps at 20 as opposed to trying to get to 200 or 300 pounds. Some days I throw a couple plates on there, and I'm doing 225 for multiple sets. I don't need to do 300, 400 pounds. And if you're not a weightlifter, but you want to get into it, get to where you can do the bar and I don't know, put 25, do 95 pounds. Do something. Put in a little work. I'm also at this point, with Tony, the guy that's coming now, I told him, I said, I don't want you to be, he works for me too, for our company. He works with me. That's how I view it, really. But I told him, I'm like, hey, a little bit of soreness is fine, but I need you to show up and do your thing at work. We all need to be able to function. We're not getting paid. I don't get paid to do this. And for years, there were times in those years when I would approach it like I was, but I'm not. I haven't. Would I like to? Sure. But at this point, it's more of it's my hobby slash life wellness thing for myself, and if I can help some people along the way, that's what I want to do. And if you think you want to lift weights, send us a message. I'll text you. I'll Facebook message you. And you don't need a bunch of stuff. You're gonna see, we got the lat machine, we got the pec deck, we got leg extension, I've saved up to buy some of this, the leg press that's behind us, that I'm not gonna turn the camera around. An old friend of mine's like, do you want this? And I'm like, how much? He's like, just come and get it, they wanna get rid of it. And it had some rust on it, and I cleaned it up, and I used one of the trucks at work in a piggyback forklift because it weighs almost 1,000 pounds, but here it is in our garage. It's like an old Eagle by Cybex. It's probably 30 plus years old.
But we didn't start with all that.
No, we started with the bench and some weights, and we got the squat rack from a guy that I used to work out at Metroflex in Hearst that my buddy David owned.
You do what you can.
David's a great dude. I got the squat rack from Manny. I don't know if he outgrew it or he didn't have room for it anymore, but I got a great deal on it. Got spotter bars.
But using stuff even at home, like a gallon of milk is 8 pounds.
Our back patio, when we first, I didn't have anything here. I was doing push-ups on the back patio, sit-ups, squats, had some dumbbells, and I started over when we got married. And it's been a priority for us to have this. And it's the one time we had half of this stuff and we went to a gym. But then this COVID stuff hit, and I'm like, let's just get everything we need. We don't need to,
right?
Then we don't have to worry about it ever. So.
And no excuses ever.
But push-ups, sit-ups, squats, whether you have weight or not. And if you have somewhere to do pull-ups, a lot of people have a hard time doing pull-ups. You can all do one, or at least 95% of you can do one, right?
Yeah.
But find a park where you can find a bar that's 3 or 4 feet off the ground and do inverted rows. Yes. Pull yourself up to that.
Or a trampoline.
If you want to. And do you have to do those? No. But if you want to do the push and the pull, that's great. Find some dumbbells. You'd be amazed at what you can do at home. If you're somebody that needs to lose weight, I'm probably going to say this every time too, calories in, calories out. If you want to take that a step further, abs. Abs are made in the kitchen. Eat quality food. Don't eat too much of it. You'll have abs. I don't have abs right now. I love to eat. It's Friday. I'm probably going to drink a beer. And that's okay. But everything, what's the word?
In moderation.
In moderation, okay? Exercise, and to me, not in moderation. Do a lot of that. I love that shit.
And once you get used to doing it, you will. You'll want to. Because I wasn't a workout person at all prior. And
she skips a couple days and she gets really grumpy.
I get grumpy, yes. And I was that way with yoga too. If I missed a couple of classes, I was not happy. So this, I have no excuse. It's here, every day. So we have enough cardio stuff. I've got a bike in our bedroom that I use, and the rower.
Can I throw you under the bus a little bit?
Maybe.
So she's like, I don't know, a week or two ago, she's like, hey, I need to lose some weight. We're in, because I kind of told her, I said, I'm going to get a little more serious about doing our walks every day and doing the rower 3 or 4 times a week. Because we bought the rower, I did it for a while, and I don't love cardio. I don't. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this beach body or something along those in the morning, and then I got a jump rope. And I'm like, where's your yoga mat? I want to take it. I don't want to tear up this new. It's a vinyl jump rope, so I'm like, I don't want to take it out on the patio and tear it up in the cement. She's like, oh, it's in the closet. Da 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 da. Over my stuff. So, and I don't go through her stuff. Like, whatever. She got way more clothes than. Well, she's a woman. Whatever. Anyhow, so I find the yoga pad, but I had to move some shirts. And there's her Sour Punch straws and her Reese's.
What? I mean,
and so,
the kids might want something.
I'm a smart ass. And sometimes I'm an asshole. I said, hey, I got the yoga mat. You know, you said you could do that thing in the morning to, you want to lose some weight? I said, you might want to get rid of that shit in the closet. And she was like, what? And I'm like, you know what?
Guess what? And out the door.
I didn't think she'd throw it out.
I did.
Because
I said, if I need Sour Punch straws, which I love the strawberry
they're pretty
Sour
good.
Punch straws.
They're good.
I love them. If I need them that much, then I will go to 7-Eleven to go get them.
To get one pack.
Right.
Because she had like the Costco pack.
No, I didn't have the Costco pack.
Well, I don't know. It might have been from Kroger, but there was
I
quite
bet
a
they
few.
had 2 packs that weren't open.
Yes,
They
from
might have
Costco.
been.
It was the Costco pack.
No, it wasn't. If I need them that bad, I will go to 7-Eleven. And I doubt that I will go to 7-Eleven. Like at this time of night. I won't go. So.
In a couple of weeks, she'll go and get one. And that's fine. You need your, when it comes to diet, if you're going to dial it in hardcore, you need a day. At least there's no problem with taking a day out of the week and be like, at dinner today, I'm going to eat all the lasagna I can. And I'm going to have my Sour Punch straws or my chocolate or whatever it is that you like. You're going to do it. You do it up. But then you need to dial it back and be like, okay, I did it.
Right.
And if you, after 2 or 3 weeks of doing that, you don't gorge as much because then when you do, you don't feel very good after. Like, it's okay to have your lasagna and your Sour Punch straw, but the first time or two, when you have 3 pieces of lasagna and 7 Sour Punch straws, then an hour later you're like, ooh, I don't feel so good. Well, because you've been fueling your body with good stuff for the past week or 2 weeks, and then you decided to do something a little crazy.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how it doesn't matter. I don't care what your vice is. If you moderate it to a minimal thing, you'll feel better. I've done that the past couple weeks. And I feel better.
Yeah.
My body functions better. I'm getting old, I'm getting 50. This might be too much information, but my poop cycle is better.
Oh, Lord.
My stomach feels better. Like, it's just, well, and it's like, well, gee, I wonder why. Because I cut a bunch of the crap out. I only have some of the crap on the weekend now. And not all weekend.
Right.
So, do that. I don't want to ramble on too long tonight. Move your body, calories in, calories out. Be happy. Enjoy life. Have a great night. Thanks, babe.